Hey guys, Jimmy in here, the acupuncture guy with Achieve Integrative Health, and this is another episode of our daily power tips. And today's Monday. Monday we talk about movement. So movement is like exercise, right? Exercise. And so today, I was talking to a patient and about how he was asking me how, what damages his liver, because we did some labs and his liver showed, the labs basically showed that the liver wasn't doing all of its functions. This specific case was, the patient had some thyroid problems and Hashimoto's, and so from the labs we also we saw that the liver wasn't converting the T4 to T3, but that's not the point of today's topic. So that was we were just talking about that, and his response was, well, I don't drink alcohol, so why is my liver damaged, right? And so then I was telling him, okay, there's actually 3 things that really directly affect the liver function and damage the liver, right? And so they're called the 3 stresses. So there's 3 stresses that actually can directly impact the functioning of your liver. And so the 3 stresses are emotional, chemical, and physical. And so I'm not going to talk about the emotional and chemical today, because today we're talking about movement. So we're going to talk about the physical stress. So physical stress, what is physical stress? Physical stress is actually 2 things. Not enough exercise, not enough movement, okay? And then the opposite, too much exercise or too much movement, right? Both those at the opposite end of the spectrums can damage your liver function. It can cause your liver to stop doing some of its jobs. Every organ has millions of jobs, and so the damage from physical stress. For example, let me give you an example. So, not enough exercise. Everybody knows if you don't move enough, you don't exercise enough, then blood's not going to circulate. Of course, it's not just your liver, every organ in your body is not going to function correctly, right? And so not enough exercise is obviously vitally important for your organ function. The second thing is too much exercise. How can you exercise too much? Well, if you look at, what needs to happen when you exercise, you generate waste. A lot of that waste needs to be processed through your liver. And so when you're exercising way too much, you're generating so much waste that your liver is not having the time to be able to eliminate that waste effectively. And so what happens? You start accumulating waste, right? And so even though, people like marathon runners or people who did those Ironman, right? They look pretty cool, Iron women, they look pretty cool and they look pretty fit, and even like those fitness trainers, they're super cut and they got muscles everywhere, popping out everywhere, and so they look super fit, but in actuality, majority of them are not functioning well internally. Externally they look great, but internally they're not doing so hot, right? And so we're talking about internal, we're talking about liver function, and today I'm talking about how exercise can actually damage your liver. Now, some people are going to be thinking, oh man, thank you for this information, now I'm going to stop exercising. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. You have to find the happy medium for your body. You can't be at either spectrums. You can't do nothing and you can't do too much. Now, that's different for every single person. You have to find that happy medium for your specific body, because everybody's body is different. Everybody has different functionings. Everybody has different habits, lifestyle habits, dietary habits, stress habits, and so forth. So you have to look at your body, and it takes practice. You're not going to be able to think about it and just instantly say, oh, I only need to run 3 days out of the week instead of 5 days out of the week. And it doesn't work like that. So every week you attempt to, you go out and you exercise and look at your recovery rate. If you're recovering super slow, then you're overtaxing your body, and that's damaging your liver. Okay, so then, maybe you do one exercise and you're like, man, I don't even really feel sore. I don't really feel the effects of the exercise. Well, you're not doing enough, okay? So get off your butt and do some more, all right? Do some jumping jacks or something. So it's really, you're going to have to teeter-totter, and you're really going to have to find that sweet zone, right? So just, I would say, start off slow and then gradually increase your movements, increase your exercise, and pay attention to your recovery time, okay? Pay attention to that, and That's probably, I would say, that for at-home purposes on how to monitor if you're doing too much. So if it takes you 3 to 4 days to recover, you're doing way too much exercise for your body at this current state. It's not saying that you won't be able to do more as you improve, but at your current state, you're not. Usually it should take about a day or so to recover from your exercise, okay? Now, yes, it varies depending on what exercise you do. The heavy body lifters, weightlifters, they're tearing muscle like crazy. So it's going to take, quite a few days to rebuild and regenerate. I'm just talking about the average, weekend warrior, the average person like you and me, who, that's not our job. Our job is not to compete in bodybuilding or fitness or any type of sport. We have other responsibilities. I'm talking about the daily person and weekend warrior, I would say. Okay, so important thing is movement is vitally important, but you can't do too much and you can't do too little, because it actually can damage your liver from either way. All right, guys, hopefully this was beneficial, and hopefully this was new information for you that you may not have known. Implement it and let me know the results. Okay, guys, Jimmy Yen from Achieve Integrative Health, and remember, everything in life is achievable.